Hello, I'm Riaz, and welcome to a brand new episode of Sunny Talkies Film Fridays podcast. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a single new episode in the future. In today's episode, we bring you a throwback interview with Pakistani heartthrob Imran Abbas.
It's a great pleasure to be chatting to Imran Abbas Naqvi. Of course, he's made his debut in the movie Creature 3D this weekend. Imran, welcome to Eastern Radio.
Hi guys, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Now Imran, it's your first Bollywood movie, of course coming from Pakistan to Bollywood. How did you manage to sign the movie Creature 3D?
Riyadh, I think the whole credit goes to Mr. Vikram Bhatt and the T-Series, because they're the producer and directors. They managed to bring me from Pakistan to India. I think they have been previously following my work through YouTube or some internet, I guess. So they've been watching my work, and I've been working on television in Pakistan, so they were quite sure of my acting skills, and they called me from Pakistan, and they gave me the chance to work in this film, and here I am.
How has the experience been working on the film Creature 3D?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful because all of us were from every single person, from the spot boy to the producer, everybody was so passionate about the project because we were knowing that we are making something very new, something very different, and we are actually, writing a history in the filmmaking of India, because it's a very different kind of a film which has never been made before in Indian cinema. So I was very passionate, I was very excited, and of course the team was very cooperative, and I got some amazing response from the people who watched the film in Pakistan, overseas, in India, and I'm feeling very, 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 very excited at the film.
Now, how was it working with established actress like Bipasha Basu?
It was very wonderful working with her, because Bipasha was a very seasoned actress, of course, all of you know.
Yes.
But on the set, she was like a very, very good friend. She was very cooperative. She didn't even make me feel for a second that I'm new to the field, or I'm new to this country, or I'm new to Bollywood. I was very comfortable on the set of Bipasha Basu, and everything went so smooth with her.
What would be some of the highlights while shooting for the movie Creature 3D for you?
I think the most difficult part for all of us to work in this film was to work opposite something which was not even existing on the floor. This creature is basically generated through computer, and it's all a VFX generated image, and it's on 3D, of course. Mm. So we had to react to something which was not even existing, and which was not even there. Acting with us, and we had to react to his acting, which was not even there. Yeah. So that was a very technical part of the film, and I think that this whole thing actually has taught me a lot. Being an actor, I haven't worked in any of the project previously like this, so I think that was the most amazing part working in Creature, and I learned a lot. Me and every single person on the team, I think, have learned a lot, because that was happening for the very first time in India.
Now, Bollywood sometimes is known for not welcoming Pakistani actors as such, and there's been lots of controversies in the past. How were you welcomed and accepted in Bollywood while working on this film?
I think it's just a hoax. I think it's not true, because many Pakistani actors have been working in Bollywood before as well. Before me, Ali Zafar has been working, and he has been doing some very good stuff. I mean, working with the leading production houses, and many females, and previously, many senior actresses have been working, actors have been working in India, and of course singers like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, Atif Aslam, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, they all have been working in India, and they have made it. So I think it's just hoax, and there's nothing true about it. I don't think that India is not welcoming for Pakistani actors. I think Pakistani industry love Indian actors, and I have seen many Pakistani projects, like mainstream Pakistani cinema, mainstream Pakistani films in which Indian actors has been casted, and in India at the same time, you see many Pakistani actors are working. So I don't think there is anything believable in this.
Now, you obviously also made your debut last year in Pakistani films with the film Anjuman. Tell us a bit more about that, because we didn't get to see that film.
No. Anjuman basically was not a Pakistani film. It was basically a remake of a Pakistani film which was made for Pakistani TV. So the format was, of course, they used the camera, which the technique was very film, and they used the camera, which are cameras and the lights, everything which they use for 35mm or 70mm film, but it was basically meant for television. So that was not a feature film as such. So in Pakistan, I have been doing only television. I didn't work for any Pakistani film.
Okay, now television series that's very popular is called Khuda Aur Muhabbat. I'm told from there it was very, very popular.
Yeah.
How was the experience of working on TV serials in Pakistan?
Pakistani TV, I think, has actually made a very, very good market internationally. Khuda Aur Muhabbat was one of my very, very popular serials, and I have worked with almost every leading production house, with all the directors, with every good actor, with every good story writer or the playwright in Pakistan. So working in Pakistan as a television actor was truly a very, very nurturing experience for any actor, because you learn a lot through television. It's, it's the best medium in Pakistan as far as the performing arts or the creative arts is concerned. So I am very blessed that I was connected to television, and I represent my country as a Pakistani TV actor.
It's a notion that many models are not really actors. How would you react to that?
No, I think this notion has been well, I don't talk about myself only.
Yeah.
There are many actors in the past, in Pakistan at least, I see,
yes,
and even in Bollywood, who have been modeling before, then they came to acting, and they actually made a very good name in acting. So I think this is a very old story, and people don't believe in this thing that models are not good actors. Yeah, because models are basically they are designed to be more conscious of their looks and all.
Yes.
But when you transform from one medium to another, when you start thinking yourself as an actor after cutting off from modeling, then you design yourself accordingly. And I think I'm one of them, that I have actually started as a model, but I have now been doing acting for past 10 years, and I'm doing a good job, I guess.
Absolutely. Where to from here for you?
I am doing a couple of more Bollywood projects. After Creature, my another film Jaan is about to release, which is again is a very, very big film. It's directed by Muzaffar Ali, who directed Umrao Jaan with Rakh,
yes,
20 years back. So it's kind of his comeback. So I'm giving my fingers crossed for this film as well, because it's a very, very interesting subject in which I'm playing a role of a prince, and it's in Lucknow's background, 1877 period. So that's my another film, and a couple of more projects are lining up. I know they're coming my way, so I'm in the process of signing them and making up my mind which to do or not.
Sounds interesting. Are you still doing Pakistani television as well?
I cannot quit Pakistani television, but definitely my focus right now is on Bollywood. So probably I won't be able to give more of my time to Pakistani television. But yes, I cannot quit Pakistani television, because it's something which I always gained my respect from. So it's something which I'll keep doing off and on, but of course not that frequently with the way I have been doing before.
Coming back to the movie Creature 3D, to our listeners right now listening in, why would you tell them to go and watch the movie Creature 3D? What would you say is the USP of the film?
The USP of the film is, one, it's Bollywood's first 3D creature feature film. You have been watching cinema, you have been watching films like this from Hollywood, from the West, and it's a very popular genre, but for the first time they are attempting here in Bollywood this kind of a cinema. So I think one, you should try and see the skills and the expertise of people who are connected to this film, and how beautifully, how amazingly they have done their work. So one, I would recommend all of you to see how far Bollywood has gone. And it has got beautiful music, amazing music, which is ruling the chart all across the globe. People who love Hindi cinema, Hindi music, they are loving the song Sawan and Naam Yousuf Hai and a couple of more songs. And yes, it has a very, very beautiful, soft, it doesn't have a very, complicated storyline. It's a very simple, thin storyline which is not very complicated and people can relate to it because it has a very beautiful love track and at the same time it has this sci-fi sort of a thing. Not sci-fi exactly, but the adventure part and the thrill part is there. So it's a very beautiful combination of both of these kinds of storylines. And yes, your favorite Bipasha Basu is there, and but the USP is the creature feature, which is happening for the first time in Hindi cinema.
Thank you so much for chatting to us right here on Eastwave Radio. Before you go, can I ask what is your favorite song from the movie Creature 3D?
My favorite song is, of course, Sawan, which is everyone's favorite these days, and Naam Yousuf Hai. I cannot both of these songs are my babies, so I cannot compare between Naam Yousuf Hai and Sawan. But yes, Sawan is a very peppy number, it's a very catchy beat, and Naam Yousuf Hai is something which is more soulful and which has more depth to it. So both of these songs have their own taste, their own flavors, but I think Naam Yousuf Hai, again, I cannot compare, but yeah, these two songs are my favorite.
A final message to your fans here in South Africa.
I would say that please don't make any judgment before watching the film. Go to the cinema and then decide what to say and what not. Do watch Creature. I think it's a very, very good attempt, and you should encourage people who are doing it for the first time. At least they have made an attempt and they have done it successfully, amazingly. So go to the cinema, watch it on 3D, and you'll have a very, very good time. It's a complete 3D treat, and you'll feel wonderful watching it.
Absolutely. Now, I've heard that you actually are a poet as well. Is that right?
Kind of, yeah.
How about reciting just a few lines for our listeners?
I actually write Urdu Hindi poetry, so I think your format is not that. So it's not Hindi or English, so that won't work here. But I write. Of course, I write.
Okay, so nothing in Urdu that you can share with us?
I can share definitely a lot, but I think your format is in English, isn't it?
It is, but we do actually have a few people doing Urdu as well.
All right. Okay, I'll recite one line.
Please.
Mohabbat ab nahi hogi. Mohabbat ab nahi hogi. Ye kuch din baad mein hogi. गुजर जाएंगे जब ये दिन ये इनकी याद में होगी.
Oh, wow, kya baat hai. Thank you so much.
Do you understand?
Absolutely. Tell me.
Wow, yeah, I'm impressed.
Well, actually, my granny did grow up. My granny's from India, so she actually never spoke English. So we always spoke to her in Hindi, Urdu. So yeah, I do quite understand. Thank you so much, Imran, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Riyad. Thank you so much.
Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Sunny Talkies Film Fridays. Until the next episode, remember to keep safe. The interview was aired on Eastwave Radio, produced, recorded and edited by Riaz Safi.